You are watching HPR.
Air fryers are wildly popular appliances, with nearly $500 million in yearly sales in the US alone. Tens of millions of air fryers have been distributed through various different international brands. Unfortunately, in less than a year, two major air fryer brands were forced to recall nearly 3 million units due to potential fire hazards and, in some cases, burn injuries. Prior to Cosori recalling 2 million units of their own, Best Buy's Insignia in-house brand air fryer had a massive recall of nearly 700,000 units.
The Insignia recall.
Insignia is a brand owned by Best Buy, which uses various Chinese manufacturers to produce products under the Insignia brand. Insignia TVs, for example, are actually produced in China by Hisense. For several years prior to 2022, Best Buy had received 68 reports from the U.S. consumers and 36 reports from Canadian consumers stating their Insignia air fryers caught fire. These reports included 7 minor property damage and 2 reports of burn injuries, including burns to a child's leg. On April 21, 2022, Best Buy issued a massive recall of 635,000 Insignia air fryers due to these fire and burn hazards. This recall was a major blow to their air fryer sales and was a serious concern to Best Buy as a retailer. Since Insignia was an in-house brand name, Best Buy would be forced to shoulder the responsibility for the entirety of the recall process. Best Buy's recall process included sending customers to a website link, having them register, and verify their air fryer's model and batch number. If the customer in fact owned a recalled unit, they were then instructed to cut the cord, send a pic of the now disabled unit, and a Best Buy gift card would be issued for the purchase price. Best Buy would lose millions initially. However, they were able to recover some money from the subcontracted Chinese manufacturers via credits and settlements. Best Buy's use of gift cards as a recompense would minimize financial losses since the gift cards were usable only at Best Buy stores or website. Overall, the Insignia recall was huge, the largest air fryer recall to that point in time.
Who is Cosori?
VSync is a smart technologies company that owns the Cosori brand. VSync has been pushing the implementation of Wi-Fi smart features in all their products since 2018. They have reportedly been involved in consumer privacy complaints regarding data mining, which we may discuss in a future video. Cosori air fryers won the Red Dot Design Award in 2019. Sadly, this design award has nothing to do with safety or actual manufacturing processes. Cosori has connections to numerous companies, the first being Aerovast. Aerovast Corporation is based in Anaheim, California. Aerovast submitted the 2019 Cosori CP158AF model to the Red Dot magazine with the intention of winning a design award. It won due primarily to its use of pictographs and brushed steel appearance. Sadly, the sleek design was hiding actual critical design flaws. In our opinion, and for the sake of argument, we feel that internally Cosori was using inferior close-end wire crimp caps, along with poorly designed wire retention. Theoretically, it would be easy for an electrical fault since any rough shipping and handling could dislodge wiring. There is some doubt that the wiring crimp caps alone caused the fires. More than likely, the wiring gauge or the thickness of the wire itself was inadequate. Pictures from Amazon shoppers that suffered unit fires show clearly that wiring harnesses, crimp caps, and wiring insulation were cheap and poorly implemented to help cut per unit costs.
The Cosori recall.
In regards to the recall itself, VSync as a company did not issue the recall directly. VSync used their smaller subsidiary, ATEC City. Most likely this helps limit brand damage to VSync. Both ETEC and ATEC handle most of the international distribution of Cosori air fryers for VSync. VSync may be either hiding their connection to the Cosori brand recalls Or it is possible using a tech city to issue the CPSC alert is simply official policy. When there is a problem with a product, especially a recall, the majority of consumers expect the company to take responsibility and a direct hands-on approach to a solution. Unfortunately, the nature of international and global business tends to make people feel as though companies are trying to avoid responsibility when there's a problem. Further distancing from a direct hands-on approach occurred when VSync contacted Sedgwick. According to Sedgwick's own website, their primary mission is to protect brands during a product crisis. Many customers have claimed Sedgwick is just there to block recalls and deny claims in order to protect VSync's bottom line. However, many international companies use third-party customer relation and fulfillment services since language barriers and multilingual staffing are legitimate challenges for global corporations.
The recall process.
Customers were instructed to visit an official Cosori recall link. The web page shows actual recalled product images along with lists of model numbers affected by the recall. If your air fryer model number was listed, then you would proceed to further verification steps. It was at this point some customers encountered a technicality. There was further need to identify the actual batch number of your model number prior to cutting the cord on your unit. Some customers claimed that although their model number was affected, their batch number was not, so they were not part of the recall. Unfortunately, some air fryer customers had already cut the cord on their unit and now simply had a no recall option on a somewhat useless air fryer. Apparently, not many people are a fan of cutting the cord of a perfectly functional air fryer only to be told that it wasn't necessary to cut the cord in the first place.
Summary and opinion.
Cosori still has millions of loyal fans and dozens of sponsored influencers. The question still must be asked, why were so many YouTube channels and social media influencers blindly promoting these defective air fryers? The easy answer is money. But to be fair, for a long time nobody knew about the units that had caught fire. The only place you could actually find pictures and reports of these units catching fire was in an Amazon review section. Amazon reviews tend to favor the most useful reviews over the most recent. It's easy to push a negative review to the bottom of a list, and very few shoppers use search terms such as fire, melted, or shock in a review section. At the very least, you should filter reviews down to negative reviews with images. There is also the reality that of the 2 million units sold, only a few hundred caused fires over the years. In fact, many Cosori owners still use their recalled units and defend them in the comment sections. That said, how many product fires is too much for a brand to remain trusted? It's all good when it's not your home that burned down or your family getting injured. But what about those people that were injured and did have kitchens that burned down? How much should we trust sponsored YouTube videos? How much should we trust influencers that are being paid to promote a product? Those are very difficult questions to answer. You would hope that some people at some point have integrity over money. But in the real world, that may not be the case. Sponsorship money is huge, sometimes paying $50,000 for a positive review depending on the size of your following. At what point does the money alter your integrity? At what point do you actually look into Amazon reviews and investigate what you're being asked to promote? If you're too busy to research a sponsored product for safety concerns, then perhaps you should not be promoting products at all. There are many concerning aspects to this recall that have been pointed out. Best Buy was able to handle the air fryer recall more effectively since they owned the brand, the store, and the point of sale. Best Buy is giving out gift cards while Cosori is giving out more air fryers. If you are concerned that other Cosori models have design flaws, then a simple replacement air fryer from Cosori will not suffice. Many Cosori customers just want their money back, not another Cosori product.
Thank you for watching HPR.